Of all the books in the New Testament, only two of them mention the birth of Jesus, the Gospel of Matthew and the Gospel of Luke. Aside from the authors of these books, no other author seems to care or even know about the miraculous birth of Jesus. This is no accident. For this video, we will be taking a deep look not only into the birth narratives themselves, but also the historical context in which they were written. Where did the story come from? Why was it placed in Matthew and Luke's Gospels, but not any other Gospel? How come the other New Testament authors weren't aware of it? And more importantly, is this story special or out of the ordinary in any way? These are just a few of the questions we will be exploring. The nativity story told every December never shows up in the Bible in the form we hear it. The story is actually a combination of the two birth narratives in the Gospels. But before we begin our discussion, we need to talk about the two accounts of the nativity. Matthew describes it this way. Mary and Joseph are to be married, when Mary is found to be pregnant. Joseph, naturally suspecting the worst, plans to divorce her, but is told in a dream that Mary has conceived by the Holy Spirit. They get married, and Jesus is born. Wise men then come from the east following a star that has led them to Jerusalem, where they ask about where the King of the Jews is to be born. King Herod makes inquiries and learns from the Jewish scholars that it is predicted that the king will come from Bethlehem. He informs the wise men, who proceed to Bethlehem, once again led by the star, which stops over the house where the family of Jesus resides. The wise men offer him gifts and then, warned in a dream, do not return to inform Herod, as he had requested, but make their way home by another route. Herod, since he himself is the king, is fearful of this one born to be king and sends his troops to slaughter every male child 2 years and younger in and around Bethlehem. But Joseph is warned of the danger in a dream. He, Mary, and Jesus flee from town and travel to Egypt. Later, in Egypt, Joseph learns in a dream that Herod has died, and now they can return. But when they discover that Herod's son is the ruler of Judea, they decide not to go back, but instead go to Nazareth.